Hey genderqueer chat, this is Jay. It's actually Tuesday. I'm sorry for Bogart and Stacy's day. I'm running a little behind here, but the topic this week is metaphors. Basically, how would you use a metaphor to describe being genderqueer or your genderqueerness? I'm a little late, partially because I've had a really hard time. Sorry, there's a plane going over right now. I've had a really hard time thinking about this and really coming up with a metaphor that I felt did justice. As Matt has said in their videos many times, I kind of agree that there's probably as many genders as there are people. So I really feel like it's a really complex issue, and I think it's easy for us, for people, to oversimplify things to help other people understand, and I kind of agree with it to a certain extent, but at the same time, I don't feel like my gender is so cut and dry. I don't feel like gender is cut and dry, and there kind of needs to be some room for ambiguity, for it to be a little open-ended, I guess. So the metaphor that I've been thinking about is music. Music genres, to be more specific. If you think of certain genres like jazz or rock, there's a pretty clearly defined sound and idea of what those genres are. And then you think about somebody who maybe takes those ideas and fuses them together in a new way. Ben and I keep thinking about that really took a lot of influences from a lot of places is Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And if you're not familiar, 70s era, a lot of influences from rock, soul, blues, jazz, just kind of a cacophony of, musical genres that didn't really have a clearly defined genre that you could sort of put them in. It sort of did. But that's kind of how I think about gender, Some people clearly identify as rock and roll. Some people clearly identify as jazz. And then there's all these different combinations, some which are parts rock, parts jazz, some which are something completely different. And I mean, when I think about Blood, Sweat, and Tears, one of the beauties of that band is there were moments and times when you listen to their music where there was clear sections of, oh, this is jazz. There was clear sections of, oh, this is soul. And that's kind of how I feel about my gender. I feel very fluid. Sometimes I feel distinctly male, distinctly female. Sometimes I feel a combination between, and sometimes I feel distinctly something else. Sometimes I feel distinctly both at the same time. And there's not too many things or ideas or concepts that I really feel like kind of encompass all those ideas separately and at the same time, and in different proportions, the way that music has that constant lyrical line, that linear idea that can change and modulate and transform into something different in a moment's notice. So I'm gonna cut my video a little bit short today because I'm running a bit late. The bonus question is what is your favorite article of clothing, accessory, something along those lines. I don't have it sitting in front of me, but like Joe, I happen to be a big fan of glasses. I love my glasses. I feel like they give me a character, give me something that's kind of distinctly me, I guess. But beyond that, shoes, whole lot of shoes. I got a pair of red Vans that I'm absolutely loving right now. I'm rocking them quite a bit. But that's it. That's what I got for this week. Love.